Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Night in the Woods. At the end of the last episode, we started hunting for dusk stars, and we found one.
Got some mad wibble.
And now we are next to another. Let's see that dusk star.
Oh, it's you. Gotcha! Ooh, which one is this? Athena Astra. Athena!
Athena?
Yeah, we heard about Athena a couple episodes ago.
Did we?
Yep, May's mom used to tell her Athena stories.
Oh.
You know this one? Yes, I know this one! It is a common story. How Athena journeyed to the frozen lake. How she traversed unknown faraway lands. I was very into Athena stories when I was a kid. So you must know what became of her? Yeah. How she, in her quest, turned her back on the sky and journeyed down into the earth, where her stars were no longer over her head. How she was never seen again? Yeah, whatever. Is that not a sad ending? No, disappearing isn't the same as dying. She probably went somewhere else completely. And did all kinds of cool shit. Oh my. Yeah, so, whatever. Oof. That's all for today. That was nice. Athena!
Athena. I completely forgot about that. That was a reveal during a conversation with your mom, wasn't it?
No, that was a reveal during the conversation with Angus.
Oh.
Pretty sweet. The stars, I mean. I am in agreement. Call Athena. That's shit. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. We got some friends to harass.
We do.
I mean, hang out with. We should stop by the video store first.
You need to feed your babies first.
I need to feed my babies.
There's gonna be so many babies. I think you had 5 last time.
So many babies. God, I hope that sounded as horrifying to the mic as it did coming out of my face.
Oh yeah, there might be youths down here too.
Teens! Aww.
Oh!
They grew up so fast.
No babies. You should still check in on it.
Yes, we should still visit Mallard.
I can't remember if you got anything for doing that.
So, like, are you always together? Yeah, I guess. That's cool. Friends are cool. Safer. Safer? Yeah, like the buddy system. Safety in numbers! You're a little paranoid, you know that? Kid, you don't even know. Anyone hear anything about anyone here missing? Yeah, actually. There's some girl I know online. She hasn't been on since Harfest. Okay, well, I think we might need a bit more than that. Oh, it was a girl. She from here? I could ask my aunt. Some place called Mulvey. Mulvey? You know someone from Mulvey? Yeah. Do you know where Mulvey is? Do you know what Mulvey is? No. Ooh, that was the wrong tone. I heard about Mulvey. My dad drives a bread truck. Mulvey used to be one of his stops. What happened? You don't stop there no more. They had to pay some other guy to do it. Sounds about right. What's Mulvey? Take you out there this weekend. Don't. It'll be fine, we'll just drive through. I need to get back into the set now.
I kind of like that dude's shirt on the far right. It's sort of a black mage, not black mage thing. It reminds me of a certain face somewhere, but I can't remember where I recognize that face from. Probably a game of some kind. Nuke Pass.
We never did find out who did the dudes.
Nope. Maybe the town has its very own Banksy. Did we already make that joke or connection?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Video Outpost. 2. Yeah, we need to check in on Lori.
We do. And see if you can break in on the babies.
Yes.
I was trying to remember if you got anything at all from them, but I don't know.
An achievement.
Did you get an achievement? I've noticed since we recorded, like, the way we are recording this, the way I have the screen set up, achievements are appearing on my main monitor rather than the TV. Like, you got an achievement for the last nightmare you just went through.
Oh, neat.
Oh yeah, I gotta check in on Mom and Pastor K.
Oh,
And Bruce.
And Bruce. Later, Mom. Got a hobo to check in on.
As long as it's not Hobo Joe.
Sup, Pope? Papa? Potato?
I kind of want the soundtrack to this game to lull me to sleep. I would not be able to listen to it.
Yeah. Hey, can you do me a favor? Sure. Can you tell Pastor Kate something for me? Sure. But don't tell her this till tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Can you do that? Sure. Tell her I said thank you, and I'm sorry I caused her trouble. But I'm not worth throwing away her job. She's the pastor, after all. Folks need her.
What are you doing, Bruce?
Are you leaving? Yep. Gonna hop a train tonight, headed east. Where will you go? Going home. Wow, really? Never gonna touch a bottle again. Never gonna lift a hand to no man again. Sit on my daughter's front porch, watch my grandbabies play in the yard. They'll all be there. Gonna get off that train. Kids are gonna be there. We'll have a sign they made. Nothing fancy. Poster board and markers. Welcome home, Dad. And I'll be home. Sounds great, Bruce. Yep. Thanks for talking to me. It was nice to get to know you. You too, Bruce. Gonna miss you. We'll all meet again. I hope so. Hope's important. It's the last thing you got. You take care of yourself. You too, May. I'll be fine, you know. I'm an old hand at this. Maybe older than I should have ever got to. But I'll be fine. See you around, Bruce. Goodbye, May.
I'm glad things worked out for him.
Me too.
Although I guess we don't really know if they actually worked out.
Yeah. We don't know what's gonna happen to him when he gets there.
I wonder if he'll have a chance to tell that to Pastor K before he leaves anyway and see if you can stop him or something.
I mean, he's going to see his daughter.
Yes.
Wouldn't want to stop him from that.
He's just the type who hates awkward goodbyes, I guess.
Maybe. Let's head into the cathedral?
Sanctuary?
Sanctuary. That thing.
Yeah, I had to look up what that name was. Okay. It's that group.
Because there will be children here. This is a historic church. That's half empty. That's your job to fix, not ours. Population drain in this region. You have to know this place will never be full again. We have the space, and we have people who need space. We have resources, and we have poverty. And not in some far-off place or some big city. Right here, right across the street. Karen, it's our #1 job right now to bring businesses into town. Businesses mean jobs, and jobs mean people. We have to do what we can to get the attention of the market. And having a half-dead church stacked full of bums... Thanks for your time. We'll see you for the vote tomorrow night. Thank you, Karen. You have a good heart, Karen. Thank you all for coming. Ugh, stressful day. Some days you need grace more than others. Was this all about Bruce? It was. Is. Whatever, it's out of our hands now. There are better hands than mine. Huh. Anyway, how are you, May? Sounds serious. I guess. So, things have been rough lately. I can see that. What seems to be the trouble? I think I met God? What? It was a dream, but God talks to us that way, right? Sure. Can you tell me about it? I was in this desert, as far as I could see, where, all that was left of the world was bits of wood and sand. I was wandering through it, but I was, drawn to something. And it came up over this, what do you call a hill made of sand? A dune. Yeah, a dune. and there was God. Just sitting there, up on another hill. Or dune, whatever. Just hanging out? Yeah. Seemed like they were really into just hanging out. Did they say anything? Yeah. Kind of a jerk. They were kind of a jerk. I mean, more of a straight-up asshole. Sorry, can I say that in a church? You just did. I think the structure can handle the shock. They went on and on about how annoyed they were that people kept coming to them with questions, and annoyed that anyone thought that they were God to begin with. Well, I don't think that was God then. Why? If something tells you it isn't God, you should probably believe it. No, what I mean is that the thing we call God isn't God. It's just a thing, and it doesn't care. They kept talking about this giant hole in the center of everything, growing. That sounds very lonely. Have you been feeling lonely lately? Yes. I had this problem when I was in high school, and I did something really bad. Probably heard about it. Your mom has mentioned it. Yeah, I figured. Well, since then, there's this deep down loneliness. Been there for years, since, well, just been a long time. I've been there. I mean, I'm there all the time. I think that's where, if we open ourselves up, God can either enter our lives most effectively. I guess. Sometimes that's the best you've got. Yeah. Feel like that's maybe not a good enough answer for you. Is that a good enough answer for anyone? Faith is a process. You have to keep getting up and choosing to go on. Do you really think there's a God? Like, literally someone up there listening? Is that something you completely believe? I don't know. Oh. On my best days, I think I do. There are times where I don't. But you stand up there every Sunday and tell people you do. And even you're not sure? It's your job to believe. Well, I think it's more my job to serve others. But you're lying to people. How? You stand up there and tell people to believe in something you don't 100% believe in yourself. Maybe you're right, May. And maybe I should get up there every week and give some sort of tally about how much I believed that week. But who would that help? But you're a pastor, and you can't tell me whether or not God is up there, whether anyone is watching, anyone who gives a shit. No, but then what's the point of you? I have to go. Okay.
Wow. Explore to the end? See if something's behind her?
I did read a thing in a article or something that didn't spoil anything. But apparently the writer who worked on that conversation and other conversations between May and Pastor K was on both sides of that argument at some point in their life.
I think everyone's on both sides of that argument at some point in their life, unless they're closed-minded and closed-minded either way. You know, you can be closed-minded atheist or closed-minded theist.
I mean, you can be open-minded as hell or closed-minded as hell, but ideas will change.
Yes.
Regardless of whether you want them to. Hey, hun. Are you still having headaches? Yeah, but being out and about helps. Fresh air! Thanks for visiting me here, hun. It brightens my day. Feels weird being here today. Like, there's so much empty space. Come on Sunday. It's full then. I bet it is. Sorry you have to work because we have money problems. May, I've always had a job. This is just another one. Gotta get back to work, sweetie. See ya, mommers. See ya, daughters. Aww.
About that previous topic, like, not to be a pretentious asshole, but I found that...
You never are. Continue.
I found that at least when writing my book, that's the part that makes me a pretentious asshole, that, I think that does aid your writing when you've been on both sides of a given conversation, because then you can have both characters argue. Now, as a writer, you're going to cheat because you know since you know the argument you're writing, you also know the counter to it, probably. Or at least you can manipulate the language to force the debate to continue for the sake of dialogue in the story. But the point is, most readers, I think, can tell when an argument feels hollow or like a straw man. And I'm not getting that sense from any of the writing in this game. It really feels like all the characters are having a discussion, whether or not, no matter how many writers are involved in the process. It really feels like, you know, you've got... Oh, you didn't check on your babies.
Yep, I'm going around to it. I'm just making sure there's nothing over there, because, you know, Lori hops around.
But like...
Oh, there she is.
Angus. Frick.
Like the steak?
Yeah, I always get that wrong. Anyway, like Angus is a hardcore atheist, you know, so you're getting that view. Your mom is a hardcore, or at least a non-questioning believer. You get that view. May is undecided. B is pretty apathetic to everything. Like, you get the full spectrum of the argument and the debate, which is really cool, and nobody seems to be pushing their view onto you as the player.
Yes, and that's really important. Like, the lesson I'm getting from that is think a lot long and hard about what you believe in and what you don't believe in. Look at alternate sides, even if they sound horrible. Like, that's the thing, is you're looking into it and you're deciding for yourself what you believe in.
Because I think I've been public before, and I don't ever care about saying it, but I am a theist. I do believe in God. I don't believe in a literal old man in the clouds kind of situation. I sometimes wonder if God is simply a force, and I don't even mean a physical force, just an entity, a thing, as real but untouchable as gravity. And we just call it God because a word for anything is just the word for the thing.
Yeah.
So I'm open to the reverse being true, that God is a literal humanoid or creature of physical form somewhere, somehow. But I don't feel that way anymore. I think it's more of a force.
Yeah.
Regardless, my fears and usually my nightmares at night come when I think too hard about it and start thinking the opposite way, that there is no God, and that's when I'm up until 5 in the morning having an existential crisis. Which tells me I should probably not play this game at night, because I will think about it, and that's probably what's going to happen to me.
At the same time, you need to process that fully. You need to really think about what you believe in.
And that's fair, although trying to process it at 5 in the morning when I'm trying to sleep, it's
sometimes
not good for
it
anybody.
happens at bad times. I can tell you I have insomnia over my philosophical talks. But, like, on Tumblr, this made me think there's this whole purity culture about how this thing is bad, so you shouldn't even explore the idea. But here's the thing. Exploring horror helps you realize how bad it is.
Oh, I agree.
Like, let's take something super inflammatory. Nazi Germany. Like, we can't just shove that away in a drawer in some dark little box. We have to pull it out, look at it all, see everything, and think to ourselves, this is mostly horrible. There are things, and this is going to be taken out of context, I feel. There were things that the Third Reich did decent. Like, Hitler was a vegetarian, he loved dogs, all this stuff, but he was a horrible, horrible man.
There is no amount of good he did that offset all the bad.
Yeah, and you have to understand that. Someone can look like a goddamn saint, but everyone has darkness, and some people have more darkness in them, and you need to look at and identify that darkness, and that's why you have to have those discussions with yourself to really eke out what you believe in, what you feel is right, what you feel is wrong. It's very important to have that conversation with yourself.
Yeah, you have to... this is going to sound random, but you'll probably know where I'm going, but we listened to an interview by a former professional wrestler named CM Punk, and one of the things he had talked about during the interview was how bitter he sounded. He acknowledged he was bitter, but he actually interrupted himself to tell the listener, I'm bitter, but it's okay to be bitter. You have to be bitter to process your emotions through it. And I found that really interesting, because we grow up with we grow up being told there are certain emotions we shouldn't feel. Hell, anyone in school knows that if you've ever cried or felt sad or threatened by bullies, you're going to hear someone saying, oh, just suck it up, it's fine. Or anyone who's clinically depressed have been told, just try to be happy, you're not trying hard enough.
I fall into that pitfall.
You have to work through the emotions you're feeling before you can recover past them. You can't just bury it and pretend it doesn't exist. And I think you're right about philosophy and history being the same way. You have to see all the sides. You don't have to agree with them, but you at least have to look at them and acknowledge their existence if they were real at some point, so you can process them correctly, so you can think for yourself.
Yeah, that. And it's like, you just made me think, I fall into that pitfall sometimes where, like, we can't feel sad ever. Feeling sad is bad. No, 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 no.
Right.
You have to feel sad.
And feeling sad makes you realize that you can be happy, too.
Yeah, like, you're sad because you know there were good times, and you want them again. And that's important.
PyroFalkon's Let's Philosophize Extravaganza. Damn you, Night in the Woods.
The babies have left the nest!
You pushed me a minute over.
Let's get back on topic.
We will
next
get back
episode.
on... Yeah, exactly. Wow, didn't mean for that to spin out of control. Hopefully, once we deal with Greg, hopefully tomorrow's episode, we'll be distracted away from the heavy thoughts.
Yeah, that's just... I think that's the game's purpose, is to make us think about that.
Totally.
Well done, guys. This is a great game.
Absolutely. And again, thank you, Nick, my former coworker, for buying it for us.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow for another episode.
Buyers! And sellers.